Hello everyone, my name is Vaibhav Puranik and today I'm going to talk about how we help people or what problem do we solve with various stakeholders of ours. In my opinion, we have two stakeholders, right? One is, or we can even call them customers. One is the investors who invest money in our syndications, and the tenants who are actually renting their properties, the one bedroom, two bedroom, whatever units we have from us, right? It is very important to understand what are we doing for both of these class of customers, and their needs are completely different, right? So let's first talk about investors, right? What are we doing for investors? What problem are we solving from investors? Now, the kind of investors we deal with, right? These are professionals, somewhere around like 35 or so, right? And they have kids, and from 35 to 65, these people have kids. They have successful careers, right? And they're making a lot of money in their job, right? And they get a lot of stock compensation, right? A lot of them are in technology field, or even non-tech field as well, but making good amount of money. And a lot of their compensation is in form of stock, and they're just accumulating all this stock after stock, right? So, disproportional percentage of their wealth is in stock market, and what they desperately need is diversification, right? They want to make sure that some of their net worth is also in real estate, so they want their real estate exposure. And most of these, the only real estate exposure they have is their home, their single family home in which they are living, right? And it has appreciated well, and that's all. But they understand that they need more real estate than that, right? So they're looking for more real estate exposure. Some of these people have even dabbled in, I would say, having one or two rental properties here and there. But they understand how hard it is, right? They understand every time they get a call, they have to figure out what the fix should be. They have to find out a person that can charge them less to fix that particular thing, because sometimes these contractors come and charge whatever they want, right? So they might have to take a couple of quotes until they find the right person. The call can come at any time. The call could be in when you're on vacation in Hawaii, or the call could come when you're doing something really, really important with your family, and you have to attend the call, right? Or if you have a property manager, then they charge more money, so you lose money there, right? So you can't just win, right? We just having these one or two rentals. Now add kids to the mix, right? They have kids, and these kids have activities, right? And a lot of their lives simply goes in drop-offs and pickups from one activity to another activity. And you want to make sure that in this age of life of their kids, they spend time with their kids instead of trying to figure out something else, right? So they're busy with their kids, right? Now, in addition to all of this, let's add the return to office in the mix. So the successful careers these investors have, they have been asking that their companies are asking them to go back to office. Now, some companies are asking for like a couple of days, and there are some companies like Amazon that are asking completely all 5 days in office, right? So these companies are asking them to go office. So that has made them even busier than they were before, right? So now the combined effect of all of these things is that they don't have time. They don't have time to figure out something new. They don't have time to actually like make sure that the properties they're owning is managed really well, and making sure that the problems are solved in most cost-effective way, and then the good tenants are hired, and so they just don't have time to figure out this whole new domain okay, in their life to get the diversification they need, right? So that's where we come in, right? We have experience in these fields, right? We know we don't have to actually figure out which vendors to use to fix the properties, because we have our usual vendors whom we trust and we have relationship with them, and they also know what to charge to us because we give them bulk business, right? We have multiple multifamilies, right? If you look at just a Modesto area, right, we have like three multifamily properties there, right? Big multifamily properties. So the vendors there know that if they charge us more, we will not go back to them again, right? And that's why we come in. We have an employee, full-time employee there, who will go and actually inspect the property from time to time and keep an eye on the property manager. And whenever the property manager doesn't do a good job, this person will step in and try to fix that problem themselves, right? So that's where we come in, right? Is that we we do things that we have systems in place, right? That you can afford to have when you have just a couple of rentals. Because of our scale, we're able to have full-time employees. We're able to have hotlines that directly go to a plumber, right? And this plumber is our trusted plumber, so he won't charge more, or they won't. They won't. The weekend charge won't be that crazy, right? So all of these systems are in place, right? And this system sort of reduces the cost of ownership, right? Now, look, I don't want to pretend. I don't want to lie to you, right? There is a little bit of fees that they're going to end up paying, right? There's an acquisition fee. There's a profit sharing that these people are going to, investors are going to end up paying, right? But all of that add a complete peace, right? What is they're paying these fees, but what they're getting in return is complete peace and time back with their family, right? So investors can invest passively, right, without having to worry about any of these things, okay? And in return, they pay some fees, or they pay some profit sharing. They share profit with us. But in spite of that, in spite of paying fees and sharing profit with us, they make decent returns, right? And when I say decent return, I mean more than S&P 500, right? So this is a really good alternative, right? Multifamily syndications is a really good alternative for most of the investors, especially the professional investors who are busy with all of these things and they don't have time to figure out all of these things. All you can do is just give your money to us and watch us do that thing more professionally. So that's one of the stakeholders or one of the customers, which is the investors. This is the problem we are solving for our customers, right? We're giving them real estate exposure just beyond their personal residence at a very small cost, and making sure that they get the diversification they need. Now, you don't have to do this, right? You don't have to invest in syndications. You can just sit on the sidelines and then you won't get all the benefits, right? But most of our investors do make that leap, right? They make the leap, they invest once, they realize it, and then invest again and again. Right? That's what we've seen, because they get a value back, right? Now let's talk about the other side of it, which is the tenants themselves, right? Because we manage these properties professionally, the product that tenant gets is also a quality product. When there is a problem, okay, the problem gets fixed. We spend a lot of capital expenditure to improve the properties. That means over the time, their properties, the home, the unit that they're living on, the surroundings of that becomes better and better, right? We make sure that not only the property looks good, but the amenities in the properties are good, right? For example, recently in one of our Modesto properties, we realized that it was a lower income property, right? And it's just had a one AC that could become a heater in the winter season. But it's in the Northern California and it gets pretty cold there. So what we did is we bought those new electric heaters that just look like almost a painting on the wall, and and they're like they cost $120, right? We put them in bedrooms. The newer apartments that we're renovating, we're putting them in bedrooms. They look good on the wall. At the same time, they do heating function as well, right? So these are the innovations that we bring to our properties to make our tenants' life better. And because of that, the tenants, in spite of our rent increases, stays there because they know we're providing value. We're giving something back to them, like we're improving their lives, right? We don't defer maintenance, right? In one of the another Modesto properties, right, there's a pipe going on, and the pipe was about 60 years old. It was galvanized pipe. It was the main pipeline that provided water, hot and cold, to the entire building. And the pipe was the situation of the pipe was not that great. Now it wasn't going to fail tomorrow, right? It was rusted from places to places. Galvanized pipes do that, they have a life, certain life. But we had money in reserve. We said we're going to go and fix it because we want to improve the property. Now this is not going to result in immediate rent increase, right? But this is essential for the safety of the unit, because if that pipe fails and the water simply floods, right, the damage could be even bigger, and especially the damage to the tenants could be bigger, right? So we did the necessary capital expenditure. We spent $20,000 to replace that pipe. Right? So those, we take care of our properties. We visit our properties ourselves, okay, every month, and we maintain detailed logs of that. And then if investor asks for it, we share those logs with them, right? So we make sure we take good care of our properties, provide good service to the tenants, right? And as a result of that, the tenant is happy as well. So we want to transform our properties. We want to make them look good. We want to have them function better, right? We don't want to give a shitty product to people. We want to take the pride of ownership, right? It doesn't have to be the most luxurious property. It could be for lower income people, but they deserve basic stuff, right? That's what we do. We give good products to our tenants and we give good product to our investors. Do we make the best returns in the industry? Definitely not. We're not here to best returns, but we make sure we don't lose your money. We don't lose investors' money, right? Because we are taking care of those capital expenditure. We never defer any maintenance. We take good care of our properties. That ensures that investors' money is never lost, and we keep enough reserves to make sure to do that. So these are the problems that we are solving, right? If you're interested in solving these problems for yourself, then I suggest you go to our website oldmoneycapital.com, and there's a place there to contact us, right? Request a call. Just request a one-on-one call with me to understand what else can we do for you. Our YouTube channel is Old Money Capital, and our Instagram handle is Old Money Capital 123. Thank you very much for listening.